Bruh, match day 5 and Liverpool already 5 points clear at the top. 5 points clear at the top of the table already.
Don't scared.
Don't scared, bruh. And you ain't even hit peak form yet.
I agree with that.
It's the same hopium and copium that was happening last season, which was Liverpool haven't played anyone. Liverpool aren't playing well. Liverpool, they'll have their patch. What about the fact that Salah, Isak hasn't started even a game yet? Verts, they're not even...
They've had tough games. Arsenal, they've played. They've
got the ball rolling.
Newcastle away.
Yeah.
It's only been 5 games.
I think we've all had...
Merseyside derby, you couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I think in terms of title race, I think us, Man City and Arsenal all have had equal tough starts, though.
No,
if you
ours has been the toughest.
I think they've played 3 Big 6 teams. Man United, Man City, Liverpool.
2 away.
2 away.
Newcastle
I think
next.
theirs has been the toughest.
No, I get the fact that
You can't have everything, Uncle. You're top. You won the window. You
why
also
not?
want the hardest run
Why
as
not?
well. What's going on here?
Why can't I have everything?
But what's concerning me? In fact, you know what? It's not even a concern. Sorry.
It is a
Wrong
concern.
word.
It should be.
No. It's not a concern for me because you're distancing yourself from other teams. Your team on the other hand, 5 points behind already, and we're on match day 5.
We're not going to have anything to talk about in match day 10.
I don't think you can look at it like simplistically like that. What you've stated is
Why can't we
facts.
though?
No, what you've stated numerically is factual, right? But we know football doesn't work like
It's
that.
not
You
over.
can't stand-
If
yeah.
this is the conversation,
But
it's not over.
nobody is saying. Well, I'm not saying it's over. But
He
what
is.
I'm saying is,
No.
there's a 5
They
point
equalised.
a 5 point gap on match day 5 is big.
It's big.
It's big.
Could be over next
Like,
week.
why are we can't just gloss over that.
Is
It's
it big? Okay.
Yes, it is. Because now
can I say something?
they can't. They should.
It's been bigger before, but are you saying it's big because of the fact that we've spent money on top
No,
of
no,
being
no.
champions and
Listen.
all of that?
Yeah,
Because Liverpool,
that adds
there's
into
been
it.
bigger leads.
That adds into it. But think about it, yeah, from your perspective. How can you be playing your 6th game in the season and you're already saying that's a must-win game? Otherwise,
Next week,
the
yeah.
title's potentially curtains. How is that? Like, we're not even in October yet, bro.
Is it PTSD of chasing City and Liverpool?
Am I wrong with the Newcastle game, though?
No.
Because if you lot go and win your game on Saturday, you're 8 points clear. If we lose or draw to Newcastle, it stays 8 or goes to 7. A 3-game swing so early on. When? Take the factors that he said in. Verts, when's he landing? Isak, he's going to land. We know this. And you've already got Ekatike who's come in and hit the ground running. Gravenberch, you called the best midfielder in the world recently. You've already got the best centre-back of all time in Premier League and
Best
world
goalkeeper.
history.
More facts.
You know,
Very
so
good facts. I like
and
the
Salah hasn't even turned it up a notch
he
or
hasn't.
two yet.
He's been
So as much as listen, I'm saying
this is my point,
it's not over, but Arteta needs to fix up.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say.
even if Arteta fixes up from the position we're in, some of the damage has been done, and we've seen in leagues gone by. If Man City, Liverpool, there's an average of a 90-point season amongst your last 7, 8, let's say, in terms of titles
Yeah.
and races and whatnot. You can't be
what I'm
dropping
saying-
points in 3 of your first 6 games of the season. That's it, especially when the team you're going up against has gone 6 for 6 or 5 for 5 at this moment.
But did we agree at the start of the season that we're not going to get the kind of season City's had in the past where 90 plus
No,
points
but
are gonna
last
be-
season, bro, let's be real.
I didn't agree with
If
this.
we pushed you,
Why couldn't you get 90
if we pushed you last season, Grizz,
competition's higher.
if we was on your heels a bit more last season, if we had a January window where we brought in players to increase the threat, you would have finished on 90 points.
100%.
The only reason you finished on 84 or 5, whatever it was, which is a
relaxed the ball.
2-game
We
swing,
relaxed the ball,
was
yeah.
because you won the league early.
They turned up.
You're on holiday. You were drunk for like your last.
For 30 games,
your
you're on a
last 6, 7
90-point
games.
season, bro.
So are we now saying that we potentially will be, the winners will get 90 plus points?
It's about the context because it depends.
Not at this moment in
It
time.
depends
But
on the
if-
Arsenal.
but if
It depends
that's
on
the case-
Arsenal. It depends on the team chasing.
And not
If the
just
te-
Arsenal, Man City as
and
well.
yes, but if no
And
one's
$2 billion baby.
and the billion pound bottle jobs. Is that what they call
It's
it?
2 billion now.
if the
$2 billion
if the
dollar
competition
bottle
Is it 2 billion now?
no, it's
billion.
not.
2 billion.
Listen
2
to
billion
them.
in dollars. You're telling me it's not 2 billion?
29th of August.
Who gives a shit about dollars? Are we talking pounds? Are we talking dollars? Are we talking?
You don't even want to hear the Naira version of it. bro. Let's
What's
stick
the
with
main
dollars,
currency
bro.
that your owners deal in?
Let's deal with dollars.
What's the
Still in pounds. We are in England.
Brother, let's
Listen to
clear
me.
late,
Focus.
That's what I'm saying.
You tell me, but you got dragged
I'm trying to focus, but then it's silly billies.
Tell me, but you got dragged in.
Listen,
Go on.
it depends on the chasing pack. There's context. If you're being chased, you're more likely to run faster because you know that the team behind you are serious. So you will go to the 98, 97 season. If the team behind you, Arsenal, Chelsea, on some foolishness yesterday, Man City, if they're not serious, you'll slow down. you're focused on Champions League. You're focused on FA Cup. So forget the 90 points thing for a while. Is there going to be a title race? That's all we need to talk about. Is there even going to be a race? Are we going to get to January when the window opens and the Cronkies or Arteta and whoever, Berta, and they've already said, hey, I spent my money in the summer, so don't come to me looking for favours. And because how many times have we not said this Arsenal team's stacked? But the manager chose today with a stacked team to play a defensive mindset. He decided to
de-stacked.
Yeah.
Let me take that off the shelf.
Yeah.
That's not for sale yet.
Yeah, that's what he did.
He was playing Jenga with his team, bro.
Yeah. He literally, that's what he did.
This date's expiring. Let me put that back on. Sell that first.
Yeah.
Let me take off the new products.
It's it's scary.
I don't look. If you lot disagree with this, you lot are wild and you're coping. There's no way we can say that the title race is over.
No.
No one's making that claim. Are you madmen?
We're not saying the title race is over, but we're talking about you potentially running away with it because a 5-point
I don't
gap
see it, and I'm
match day
not. And I'm not being pessimistic because of the fact
You didn't see it last year.
No, and did anyone see it last year? Like we're going to.
But it happened last year.
But as you were given evidence, you still didn't see it.
What we know is we were settled last year in terms of team had been playing with each other for a few years. This year we have got basically five new starters.
But you know what it is?
And we haven't gelled. But no, you've got 5 new starters. You haven't gelled either. So you can use that as a defence.
But we haven't gelled. You haven't gelled.
And
You've won all your games.
I know. And I hear
That's the
that.
problem.
That's the point. Yeah, exactly.
I absolutely hear that, and I'm loving that shit. But what I'm saying is, City can use that as well. Like we haven't gelled, so we might have a patch where
We're not
a rough patch.
You know what it is, yeah? It's not about it's over, right? But I think at various points in the season, you see the title. Yeah? You see it. Through the window, through the door. I think
there's moments.
I think that's the point you're at now already.
There's moments.
You see the title, at one point it might be one hand on it, another point it might be 2 hands on it, and ultimately until you lift it, that's the 4th final.
I know what
stage.
you mean.
I think you can see it because not just that you've won all your games, Man City, they've dropped points 3 out of the first 5. Arsenal have dropped points in 2 out of the first 5, and we're looking like we need some minutes before we get to change whatever we need to change, right? Then you look at Chelsea. So really couple up your points tally with the fact you're not performing at your optimum, with the fact that Arsenal, City and Chelsea have looked a bit, comme ci, comme ça, you can see the title. But I'm not saying you're touching it yet, but you can see a back-to-back there.
I think the problem is, I think the reason why there's a bit of despondency is the backups, like Man United's, Villa's, Newcastle's.
This is why
they don't look as strong as we anticipated. We thought they're going to be much stronger and it's going to be more competitive. Only Spurs have upped their game from last season, would you say, from the chasing pack. And I think that's what's putting off Arsenal fans and saying, like, we need more competition, man. Everyone needs to take points off each other. Don't know what you lot think.
But this is also why the 90-point season can't be ruled out, because yes, the title contenders are meant to be stronger, which is meant to mean we get a better title race. There should be a 4-team title fight, really, if people are actually being serious about their recruitment and their managers are making serious decisions.
You're in that.
We should be. I've said it from the get-go. We're obviously out of the conversation. We're out of the conversation. I'm not going to put my hand up and say put me in the group chat because my club don't want to be in it. Same with City, in my opinion, with the way they've started.
Already?
No, you have to get back in it. We said it on the mob. You have to get yourself into the conversation once you've decided to act silly, right?
So who's in that right now?
But the mid-table teams have got worse. And that's the point.
Yeah.
The mid-table teams have got much worse, and we can see it. The relegation sides.
What counts as mid-table though? Because
we talk about
Bournemouth look good.
They look good. Brighton look good. Right.
Brighton have taken points off Man City.
But they're not traditional. Yeah, but we're talking about the traditional.
Yeah, but he said mid-table.
I look. It's early doors, but for me, based on the players that left those clubs, it's impossible for them to get stronger. It's impossible for them to be stronger. They might have had good starts,
you can't say
but over the long haul of the season, they've lost Eze. They've, West Ham have lost Kudus. Bournemouth have lost their entire defence.
Brother, Palace are unbeaten in 12.
Okay, no problem. When you play them next and you beat them, what now?
New one beaten.
He wants to lie. He wants to come up here on the stage with a Palace team that have lost Eze, and he wants to lie.
My brother, proof's in the pudding. Bournemouth have gone stronger. I mean, I'm not on paper, but I'm saying on the pitch. What we're discussing is the traditional chasing pack have not improved. We don't think Newcastle are stronger or better.
Villa.
We don't think Man United. We don't think Villa.
Newcastle. We'll find out. We'll find out next week.
Next week's gonna be.
We'll find out next week.
What's happening next week?
We know what's happening next week. They're on match day 6 and they're already playing a make or break game.
For who though?
For them.
Oh, for Arsenal.
Yeah, bro.
Make or break.
Of course, it's definitely make or break. If you win and they go 8 points behind, now you're chasing an 8-point gap. Even when you drop points, that's too big a buffer to be given a team with your plethora of attacking options so early on in the season.
But look, we know things can change. We can slip up and they can win it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you can slip up, and we saw that last season.
Suddenly it's
they
2
would
points
slip
or
up,
something.
but the problem is when you slip up, they have to take advantage. If they're not
That's
taking
not my problem, though.
Yeah, but that's my point, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I want you to go clear, of course, at their expense. But my point is, last season when you drop points and there was moments for them to get back in the game, they didn't capitalize. And you look at a game like today where they had everything at their disposal to go and beat Man City, and they didn't do it. Because the manager let them down. So do you trust?
There's nowhere to run.
Do you trust it?
Like, people use that as as a joke sometimes, but the mentality side is very real.
It's massive.
And as much as the tactics come from the manager, the players also, at times will probably. I think against City, we'll look at the tactics and think we could have loosened up a bit more. Whereas like last year, Steve got onto me quite early in the season when I was saying Liverpool are going to win this league. The reason I said you're going to do that is because of the players you had that have done it before. Right? When you build up a buffer and you got those players, the reason we didn't win it 23, 22, 23, we don't have those players. So as much as we built the lead, when there was a dog chasing us, we crumbled. You lot didn't do that at any point last season because the dog didn't chase you close enough. But even this season again, subs are being called finishers. Let's be real. Finishers are the players that stand up at the end of the season for the last 8, 10, 12 games. And then they're the ones that, whether they're sub, whether they're your starting 9, whether they're your centre-back, those finishers come into the season, you've got them in abundance. We don't.
I don't want us to be reactionary, though. Game week 5 and...
I'm not being reactionary, but I'll tell you what I am clocking onto. Their team's ready to win it. Their manager's not.
100%.
It's
not reactionary.
It's nothing to do with the team they've assembled is ready to win a title.
And today
that
was
defense,
evident.
that options in the between the lines.
Agreed.
The goals that is in the team with the striker who got no service. He didn't even have a shot. I didn't see him take one shot because he didn't get nothing.
It's the best squad. It's the best squad.
Of course it is.
And
I can remember.
Before some of the fans, Arsenal fans that want me out of the show because I'm negative and whatnot, you are right. But Arteta can, in 3 weeks, turn that around to where you're sitting there, and saying, I think he's ready to win the league. Because what you see on the pitch in the next few games, if he changes it up, if he unlocks something, if he loosens it a little bit, and we're winning games emphatically, we go St. James Park, win it 3-0.
Can I ask you
We
a question?
couple up a great defence with an efficient attack. And then in 3 weeks, we sit here and we talk, and you might then say, he's ready to win it. So it's not a definitive statement out there that, Arteta, you're not going to win it, that's it. We've got the squad now, but he has to change now. After Liverpool and now City, which you can blind Liverpool away from home Anfield, you've never turned a corner there, but you can't blind City, we demolished them last year. I can't blind that one.
Demolished
So what are you
them
doing?
with a squad that was missing how many players?
A few, 3 I think. 3 starters.
But this is what makes today even more sickening. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm not. It makes more sickening viewing what we saw today.
But then this is why we're talking about running away because there was no
Conte, sorry to cut you. I don't know why, but very few moments I've seen like this from Conte. When he was Chelsea manager, we pumped them. I think it was 3-0, 3-1, maybe.
3-0, yeah.
And from that, and that was like game week 8, maybe 9.
Yeah, that was that game
Earlier.
Was it a bit earlier? I don't
think it was like
3.
5. I think it was like 5.
Okay, let's say in between 5. It was early on in the season, let's say.
Very, definitely.
From that moment, Conte came out a different man the next game. Different tactics, different formation even. And then he went on and didn't lose another game maybe one more, I forgot. But they went on and run.
Mad run.
And they went on, in the year Pep came in, Jose came in, Conte's the one that did it. After changing, which is not a bad thing to do. And that's a manager that already had a bit of clout behind him. But he was willing to change his ways because he saw in a game or a couple of games that, all right, this one might not work here.
But that segues
I need that from Mikel. And I wanted that after Liverpool. I didn't quite get. We beat Forest handsomely, comfortably. I get that, but in terms of loosening up the shit, then you go back to Marino against Bilbao or that 3, and then you've done it again today. It's like, come on, man. Now it's got. Let's flip it now. I was
going to say, is this his final today? Will he learn today? Do you think?
Has to.
Has to. And one other question I was going to ask before you want to carry on with it. What about Pep and City today? Where does it leave them? Mindset-wise,
for me, it shows me where they're at. That's how they have to do that job. I think it's the right way to do the job, and I think they've done it very well. And I think they almost got it spot on with the way they set up.
But Steve often talks about he doesn't go defensive. He did go ultra defensive today.
Yeah, but that's a facade.
Yeah, they went.
That's more. It's nice to hear, but it's not the reality.
It's not the reality. He went
Matisse said,
5-5-0
it's
in
the
the
right
end, bro.
thing they done because they're not the favourites. We're the stronger team at the moment. You're going away from home. A draw is fair. I'm not telling you take a draw before the game because I understand that from Steve. He thinks there's something in the game for him, which there was.
Yeah, anyway.
But a 1-1 draw is a positive result for them in the big scheme of things.
100%.
Because for them, as much as we say they must win a title or challenge for a title because it's City, the reality is top 4 is probably going to be okay for them. In terms of keeping the ship going into a title race next season, challenge next season, I think there's still one.
This goes back to our who must the most video. I don't think we should take that easy on City and say, no, top 4, yeah, that's calm for them.
No,
I don't think it's calm.
I don't think it's calm. It's just the
I've always
reality,
said
though.
The repercussions are nowhere near as severe
Based
for
on
them.
what, though? The reality is based on, like, we always bring back to Liverpool about spend and your champions.
Yeah, but
they've been champions 7 times out of the thing, and they've spent another 400.
But what I'm saying,
it's what you spend it on.
But what I'm saying, I'm not saying we can't criticise them for failing. But we're talking about the reality for Man City. The reality for Man City is at this point in time, they are not strong enough to win this title flat out. They're not.
Whose fault is that?
It's their fault.
Their recruitment or Pep's?
It's their fault. Pep, the recruitment.
Because we're saying for Arteta, or Arsenal, we're saying it's the recruitment's fine.
This
The players
season,
are there.
definitely.
It's Arteta. For Liverpool, we're saying the quality of player that we brought in. Yeah, that's what make our favourites. What's the problem with City then?
City have gone
It's their
young.
fault.
City have gone young. City have gone with unproven players that they're investing into the long term, and that takes time.
See,
I wouldn't even say they went that young because Reinders isn't like mad young. I think Man City, they focus too much on what they can do with the ball in this window, and they've not done enough to enable their team to deal with other teams when they're not off the ball.
I thought they
Counter-pressing.
were good today physically against Arsenal.
They were, but
Yeah, they turned up.
Played in, come on, man.
yeah.
Arteta played into their hand. Like
No, but physically they did handle
They
it.
did.
Normally Arsenal bully them physically.
but two things can
Most teams bully them.
But two things can be true. Man City, they did do well defensively today, but again, Arsenal did not have enough players on the football pitch to ask questions out of Man City. They didn't. They're trying to ask questions of Trossard and
the
Marino.
result more than City.
Come on.
did.
Yeah, for sure.
The must remain the same from
for
that
sure.
conversation. The must remain the same.
That's what
But
I'm
the
saying.
reality is, it's us two. And the reality is,
I agree. So first
you've
and foremost,
taken a march in that.
I know you lot throw this jibe at me that I'm hiding away from the pressure. I'm not. I'm just joking with you lot. Of course, I know we spent and we're champions. For the first time in how long we are the favourites. So we must. Absolutely. But what I'm saying is we can't just be temperamental every week and just diminish our Arsenal, our City. They're not ready. Let them finish second or third. The pressure must be on them, man, as well. If we walk away with it, that's because we're good and we deserve it, no problem. But the criticism and the level of scrutiny should be on Arsenal and City on a weekly basis. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't think we're talking about scrutiny though. We're just trying to assess your position and your position at.
I know, but what I'm saying is you can't fluctuate on a weekly basis over a period of 5-6 games. Yes, but we can't say from week to week to week say, oh.
No, I think it's the same though. I think Liverpool are favourites, they're still favourites. I think Arsenal must, we still must. And I think Man City and Chelsea
they're the ones.
should, but will they is the question.
There has to
I think
be.
it remains the same.
If they lost today,
Who?
City, then I would have been ready to say finished.
But you've already said they're finished this season.
That's just my personal opinion in terms of overall. But I'm saying I would even written them off already.
I just don't think you can have City as close to Arsenal in terms of pressure to win this title. Not when City have had all the success they've had. Not when the manager's had all the success. No, it plays a part. The manager's had all the success he's had. This team and that club have had all the success they've had. They're the most successful team in this country for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And Arsenal, whether people like to hear it or not, have been working at this for year after year after year after year to reach something. And they're still looking like they're not going to quite make it again. They might finish second again. That is a massive failure in comparison to City not winning for the second year in a row.
Yeah.
Of course, it's
a massive failure.
I 100% agree with that.
Huge.
I remember because there was a whole stat when it was us second back to back, and it was like, oh, across the 2 seasons we had accumulated all these points, scored these goals. They did another one with Arsenal where they accumulate all these points. Oh, that's all good and well, but you need to win. Man City, to Matisse's point, on the pitch they've had success, and now on the pitch, when you look at their squad. When you look at their squad man for man, you're not telling me that squad is better than Arsenal's. No way.
No way.
You're not telling me that squad's better than Arsenal's, right? So Arsenal haven't won, they've won, and now Arsenal actually have the playing staff that betters Man City. When was the last time you've actually heard Arsenal go into a season with a playing staff that was unequivocally better than Man City's?
City's.
When?
Never.
That's why it's all on Arteta now.
Yeah.
And that's not me applying pressure. It's just the
No,
fact.
no, no,
Whether
it's
people
fact.
like to hear it or not, which in this modern day.
No, it's fact.
I mean, you can injure someone with the wrong opinion nowadays. The way people are in the comment section sometimes. It's an opinion, but, you know, well, no, this is a fact. I think that, you know, the squad is ready. It's a fact. What Mikel does with it, I mean, we start on your third choice left winger and your third choice centre midfielder. That's choices now, right?
Yeah.
Having that option, because Marino is a quality third choice midfielder.
Yeah.
Trossard is a quality third choice winger. But
What are you doing out
know,
there? What are you doing
square
out there?
pegs, round holes, and all of that stuff, and yeah, now we're 5 points
If
behind.
it had worked, he would have looked like a genius. The fact that it didn't, and then the changes that everybody, the masses would have said.
We didn't have to be geniuses.
No,
to
you didn't have to be geniuses to work
say
out
was
what
going on.
was wrong.
I don't
and what
think if
needed
we
to be
won that
corrected.
game, if we won that game 2-0, I don't think it makes him a genius.
100%. And I don't think he'd be getting plaudits for it. We'd still be saying it.
Expected it with that lineup because that's him. It's to be fucking our guys. That's why we said it.
Yeah.
Because now we just have, or me and us, just that's it. Every game, big game this season, this is how we're going to approach it. Like, surely, because we've got the tools at our disposal now, and we didn't try something different. So this is who we are. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? We'll find that in May.
Crazy work.
We will. And this is who we are, the mob.
Come on.
Get involved in the conversation.
Like the vid-
Let us know your comments, like the video, and
Let us know. Is the title race already over?
Soon.
Soon come.
Don't get scared.